So get this. China just hosted the first 3-on-3 autonomous robot football match.
No kidding. Autonomous.
Yeah, these weren't remote controlled. They were, zipping around, passing, scoring goals all by themselves.
Wow. And I heard some buzz like they're already playing kind of close to the level of China's actual national team.
That's what they're saying.
That's definitely a aha moment. Seriously.
It really is. But it's not just a quirky headline.
Yeah.
This kind of thing, this real-world stuff, it hints at how fast AI is progressing. Like beyond the hype into actual practical things.
Tangible progress, yeah.
Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Hey, everyone.
Today, we're really digging into a pretty significant new report. It's called The Builder's Playbook, State of AI 2025, and it's from ICONIQ.
Mm-hmm.
We've also pulled in some other sources, too, to give you the full picture.
Yeah, and this one's interesting because it's not about AI's, future potential 5 years down the line.
Right.
This report talked to over 300 execs. It's about what companies are actually building right now, what they're deploying today.
So our mission here is to pull out the really crucial insights for you. We'll look at how companies are scaling AI internally.
Yeah, the adoption piece.
And the latest breakthroughs, like in human-computer interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Basically help you navigate this shift from, AI hype to actual application.
We're going to look at the real numbers, some pretty surprising uses popping up, and what it all kind of means for where AI is heading this year and, well, beyond.
Okay, let's unpack this builder's playbook first. The main message, it seems pretty clear.
Yeah.
2025 is really shaping up to be the year of building with AI.
Definitely.
And companies that started out AI first, they're already seeing much better results.
Oh, absolutely. The numbers are stark. 47% of those AI native startups, the ones built around AI,
Right.
they've hit product market fit already, 47%. Compare that to only 13% of the older companies that just tried to, bolt AI onto their existing systems.
So
It's kind of like building with Legos from the ground up versus just trying to glue some Legos onto an old brick wall. It just doesn't integrate the same way.
that makes sense. And this building, it's not cheap experimentation anymore, is it?
No way.
AI budgets are serious money now. We're seeing, 10 to 20% of R&D spend?
At least. Yeah, 10-20% dedicated to AI across different industries, and that number is actually going up.
So companies are really betting on this.
They are, but here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Internal adoption.
Wait.
So the report says 70% of employees in these companies, they have access to AI tools now, which sounds great, right?
Yeah, that's a lot.
But only about half of them actually use the tools regularly.
Huh. So the access is there, but not the usage.
Exactly. It's kind of like having a fancy gym membership, but never quite making it through the door. The potential is there, but...
Yeah. Yet for the companies that do get people using it.
Oh, the payoff is huge. These high-use organizations, the ones running 7 or more internal AI things, they're seeing big productivity gains. We're talking 15 to 30%.
Wow, 15 to 30%. That's...
Yeah.
You can't ignore that.
Nope. Businesses definitely notice those numbers. Now, the tooling, the stuff underneath, it's still a bit fragmented.
Different frameworks and stuff.
Yeah, you got LangChain, PyTorch, companies building their own custom stacks. But it is starting to settle down a bit.
Yeah.
For the big enterprise models, OpenAI is still kind of the leader. Anthropic's Claude is a really solid number 2, though.
And coding assistants, that seems big too.
Huge. Tools like Cursor or just using Claude for coding, it's massive. Get this. 33% of code in these high-growth startups now generated by AI.
A third of the code, wow.
It's really augmenting developers big time.
Okay, so if these AI native companies are shipping faster, seeing these big gains, what do you think is the single biggest hurdle for the more established companies trying to catch up?
I'd say primarily it's about changing the culture and just genuinely getting employees to use the tools they're given day in, day out.
So it's less about the tech itself sometimes and more about the people and the processes.
Yeah.
Overcoming that internal inertia.
Exactly. That seems to be the core challenge right now. And tied into that building theme, this report really, really hammers home one point. 2025 is the year of AI agents.
Agents, okay.
Almost 90%. Nearly 9 out of 10 high-growth startups are either deploying them now or experimenting really heavily with them.
Let's just quickly define agents again. We're talking about AI programs that can perform tasks.
Right.
Often by using other tools.
Exactly. Like smart assistants that can string actions together, figure out a plan to achieve a goal without you holding their hand the whole time.
Got it. And the report suggests being AI native, using multimodal AI.
Yeah, AI that gets text, images, audio.
And being talent stacked,
Yeah.
having the right people, that puts you ahead.
Yeah, that's the winning combo, according to this. And the message feels pretty clear, if your company's still just kind of AI curious, like no real budget, no actual plan to build something, you might already be slipping behind.
So it's ship or slip time, as they say.
Pretty much. Build fast or get left behind. That seems to be the vibe.
Okay, so that raises a really practical question for people listening. How can individuals, maybe tech leads, maybe just folks wanting to improve their own work, how can they realistically start building with these agents or just use AI better day to day?
Well, some of the other sources we looked at had some really good practical stuff, like tutorials on building agents connecting Claude to Notion, maybe automate some tasks there.
Okay.
Or guides on mastering AI research using tools like perplexity, which is pretty powerful.
Right.
And just getting better at using ChatGPT effectively, like maintaining context.
The context drift.
Yeah. Vulnerable admission. I mean, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes. You're having a long chat with the AI and it just kind of forgets what you were talking about.
Happens all the time.
So yeah, those tips on keeping the context clear, they're gold. Really helps stay efficient.
So it's not just about knowing what agents are conceptually, but really digging into how to build them, how to direct them effectively.
Totally.
Given that, how crucial is it, do you think, for individuals to really get a handle on these agent concepts now?
Oh, it's super crucial. I'd say it's becoming a foundational skill for productivity, for staying competitive in almost any job, honestly.
So mastering these agent building skills, it's not just for coders or AI specialists anymore. It's becoming fundamental.
Absolutely. It's moving into the mainstream toolkit. Sponsor.
Okay, so beyond that builder's playbook, we're also seeing just a really wide range of AI stuff happening out in the real world.
Yeah, it's popping up everywhere.
It paints a pretty vivid picture of how fast this is all moving.
Totally. Like, remember that robot football match we mentioned? It's not just a gimmick, right? It shows real practical autonomy. You can see how that applies to, I don't know, warehouse logistics or manufacturing.
Right, the underlying tech.
Exactly. And then there's that weird thing with the indie band. I forget their name.
Oh, yeah, the one that went viral.
Yeah, and everyone's like, that's got to be AI, right? But the band swears, nope, 100% human.
It really does blur the lines, doesn't it? Makes you question what's real creativity anymore.
For sure. And capabilities are just leaping forward like crazy. TPT-4o, the latest model, just scored an A+ on law school finals.
An A+. Wow. Wasn't it like a C+ before?
Yeah, a huge jump. That's not just about passing a test. That's showing deep understanding, reasoning, complex legal stuff. It's kind of mind-blowing.
It really is.
And then on the totally other end of the spectrum, you got this Redditor who apparently spent 72 hours just meticulously tweaking a prompt. 72 hours just to get ChatGPT to do exactly what they needed for some specific task.
Wow. That's dedication.
Right. It shows how much human effort and cleverness is still needed to really unlock what these tools can do. It's not magic push button stuff yet.
No, definitely not. And then in the bigger industry picture, Elon Musk's xAI.
Oh, yeah, the funding round.
Raising a staggering, $10 billion?
Yeah. $10 billion to build a massive supercomputer, 1 million GPUs, just for training Grok.
That's a huge power play against OpenAI and Anthropic.
It's a serious statement. We're going all in on raw computing power. It's a high-stakes race.
So you're seeing real societal impacts too, aren't we? Yeah. It's not just tech anymore.
Absolutely. Reports of entry-level jobs in the UK being down by 1/3.
Well, 1/3? Wow.
Yeah, and they're linking it largely to AI tools, automating some of those tasks. And then you have X, formerly Twitter.
Right.
They're going to pilot AI chatbots for community notes, which is... well, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, interesting is one word for it. Using AI for content moderation and fact-checking at that scale.
It's a massive real-time experiment in AI trustworthiness, basically.
Okay, so taking all these things together, the rapid advances, the huge investments, these immediate societal effects, what does it all tell you about the speed of AI integrating into our lives?
It's just accelerating like mad. It's hitting everything: jobs, social media, creativity, how we even think about intelligence itself.
So this isn't some far-off future thing anymore. It's actively reshaping our present, right now, incredibly fast.
Absolutely. It's here, and it's moving quicker than most people probably realize.
Okay, now, here's where things get really, really interesting. Almost moving into science fiction territory.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Imagine being able to communicate, express thoughts, maybe even sing, just by thinking.
Whoa. Okay, brain-computer interfaces.
Exactly. Researchers at UC Davis just revealed this near-instant brain-to-speech system.
Near instant?
Yeah, it literally translates raw brain signals directly into expressive sound, not just words, but pitch, intonation,
Wow.
even singing.
2-sec silence. Singing. Just
Yeah.
from brain signals. Whoa. I mean, imagine scaling that to like 1 billion queries a day, or just to every patient who can't speak.
That's the potential. It's profound.
Genuinely mind-blowing.
And what's really amazing is how it works. It completely skips generating text.
Skips the text part.
It uses a custom AI decoder for the brain signals, then a vocoder, that's the thing that makes the speech sound.
Right, synthesizes the voice.
And it matches the patient's natural voice, all with a lag, a latency of just 10 milliseconds.
10 milliseconds, that's practically real time. And unlimited vocabulary.
Pretty much. You could think of a new word, hum a tune. The system could potentially voice it. The flexibility is nuts.
Okay, but how good is it? Like, can people actually understand it?
It's not perfect yet, for sure. Listeners get about 56% of the words right.
56%, okay.
But compare that to maybe 4% for someone trying to speak without aid who has severe paralysis.
Oh, wow. Okay, so 4% versus 56%? That's a monumental leap.
Huge leap. Even if it's not quite ready for, like, a totally fluid back-and-forth conversation yet.
Still, that's incredible progress.
And the next step, they're working on expanding it, using over 1,000 electrodes with the BCI startup Paradrone.
1,000 electrons, okay.
And they're already prepping for FDA trials for a more advanced implant, which, raises the question, how long before the big tech companies, your Apples, your Metas, how long before they jump into this with their own neural vocoders?
Yeah, you got to think they're watching this very closely. The potential for totally new ways to communicate, it's just immense. It could unlock so much.
So if this tech keeps scaling, keeps getting better, what do you think might be the single most profound societal change it could bring?
The ability to unlock the inner thoughts, the voices of millions who've been silent. Just fundamentally changing how we understand consciousness, connection, each other.
So it's not just about restoring speech for some. It could actually redefine human connection itself.
Precisely. It feels that big.
So wrapping this all up then, what does it all mean? Our deep dive today, looking at the state of AI 2025, all these other sources, it shows a really clear shift happening, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. AI is moving fast. It's gone from being, a cool buzzword or something way off in the future to being a fundamental tool, like the tool you need for building and innovating right now.
And companies seem to be facing a choice.
Totally. They're either embracing it strategically, really integrating it, or, frankly, they're risking getting left way behind. It feels like a build or bust moment.
We've seen everything from those practical hurdles, like getting employees to actually use the tools.
Right, the adoption challenge.
All the way to these massive billion-dollar investments in supercomputers.
Yeah, the raw power race.
And then these truly revolutionary neuroprosthetics, bridging thought and sound. It feels like AI is just rapidly reshaping everything, how we work, create.
Even how we communicate. Yeah, the pace is just astonishing when you step back and look at it all.
It's not just about what AI could do anymore, is it?
No, not at all. It's crucially about the how. How are companies, how are individuals actually building with this stuff? How are they integrating it, innovating with it? Right now, that's where the real action is.
We covered a lot of ground today, from the nitty-gritty of enterprise adoption to all those diverse applications popping up everywhere. And finally, that incredible, almost sci-fi possibility of brain-to-sound communication.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If our brains can one day directly connect with AI to express thoughts, maybe even music, just from intention, what other forms of human creativity or communication or even consciousness, what else might AI fundamentally transform next? It just opens up this huge space of possibilities.
It really does. So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Reflect on your own relationship with AI. Are you actively building with it? Are you thoughtfully adopting it? Or maybe still just curious, watching from the sidelines? There's always more to learn, always more to explore in this space, moving so fast. Out to music.